Hi there, this is Jackson Zimmer with Graphic Game Plan. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a continuous graphic for Instagram. This is going to show us how to use artboards, how to use the slice tool, and how to use guidelines in Photoshop. Let's get right into it. Alright, so first we need to set up our document. I just went ahead and clicked New File here in the top left of Photoshop. It opened this menu saying New Document. And what I'm going to do here is, rather than setting up a typical 4" by 5" Instagram post, I'm going to make it a lot wider so that we can create our graphic to be continuous across the entire carousel. So to do that, let's first set our width to inches. We can do our height set to 5 inches. And instead of 4 inches on the width, we're just going to multiply it by as many slides as we want. So I'm going to do 12 inches so we can do 3 slides. If you're in inches, you want your resolution to be 300 pixels per inch. And we can go ahead and click Create. All right, so now that we're in the document, let's go ahead and set up an artboard. Artboards are very important because it allows you to have content outside of your bounds of your canvas, but it also allows you to have multiple Photoshop documents within the same document where you can export different content. So to access the artboard tool, it's a part of the Move tool. You can either right-click or hold down on the Move tool to select the artboard tool. First, I'm going to click the top left corner of my canvas and then click and drag all the way to the bottom right corner. And this is going to make one long artboard. So if I wanted to have multiple documents within this same Photoshop document, I can go ahead and click plus, and it's going to add a second canvas. You can see over here on the right that I now have the option to have layers as a part of artboard 1 or artboard 2. For this exercise, we just need the one artboard, so I went ahead and deleted the second one. Let's go ahead and set up our guides now. At the top here, we can click View, and then under View, we can set up Guides, and let's select New Guide Layout. All right, so now that this is open, what we want is no gutter, and let's just do 3 columns. As you'll see in the background, this is going to set up 4 different guidelines for us that are going to create 3 evenly spaced posts. But because this is one canvas, I can put content across each of these different guidelines, and it'll be one continuous image on Instagram. So for instance, if I click B to go to my brush tool, I can draw across here, and you can see that this would be slide 1 on Instagram, and it would be a continuous image where each one is completely seamless. All right, so the reason that we have it set up this way is that each of these separate sections on our artboard can be a separate image for the Instagram post. For instance, this is slide 1, this is slide 2, and this is slide 3. And if I have content like a player cutout on slide 1, there's going to be a completely seamless transition whenever people are swiping between the slides. So this creates for a really cool effect. And I'm also going to show you guys how to export this with slices. All right, so slices are very important for this process because if I were to just export this now, it would be one long image and not 3 separate images that we can upload. So first, you want to go to the crop tool on the left here. You can see that pressing the letter C activates that. You can hold down and go to the slice tool. So now that we're on slice, we can select slice from guides. So this is why we set up those guides in the first place. Obviously, it helps us to see where each of our posts is going to start and end. But if I select slice from guides, we get these little blue markers that show us each of the individual exports that we're going to be able to have. All right, now that we have slices for each of our slides, we can go ahead and click File up here at the top. You can click Export, and you're going to want to hit Save for Web. Now this is going to give us the option to save each of these slides as a separate image rather than one long one. So I'm just going to select PNG 24 instead of GIF here in the top right. And if I hit Save, and I'll just select Downloads, hit Save, this should now export as 3 separate images. So let's see how that turned out. All right, now I'm here in Finder for Mac, File Explorer for PC, and you can see I have my 3 separate images. So let's just select Gallery View. You can see that it perfectly sliced directly on the guide. I have 3 separate 4" by 5" images, which is perfect for Instagram. And as people swipe through them, it's going to be one continuous image. So that is how you use the slice tool. All right, that's pretty much it. So today we learned about artboards, guidelines, and slices. Combining all 3, you're able to create seamless carousels for Instagram. Catch you guys next time.